Good morning, everyone. As you start rolling in, welcome,
Hello, everybody.
welcome. This is Shit Talk with Nick and Wendy. We're going to be doing protecting and building your communities. Similar topic to what we always do, um, because that's the important stuff right now. Is making making the others around us know that they're safe, not just feel safe, but know that they're safe. Know that they're safe in a community that um, that loves them and cares about them and values them as an individual. Like the whole point of all of this, I think, is coming. I think part of all of this that I really want to get into at some point with you, maybe not today, but is some, and I'd love to bring like Kat or So on at some point too, because of their psychological backgrounds.
Oh gosh,
Um,
100%. Both of those individuals have a much higher degree of mental awareness than I do, and I would certainly invite that conversation because
and
they're
if either of them are in here and want to join, please wave your hand or speak up. I'm glad to pull either of you into the conversation. I know you might not be here. But if they show up, anybody who's in the conversation, just let them know. I'm happy to have them come on because
oh,
the
I imagine they'll.
they may filter, and I hope so. Because the conversation this morning with Lawrence was spot on. They brought up some really good topics, especially around what was going on with Michael Cohen and Lev Parnas. I don't want to get back into that discussion right now because they hit it really well. And if you want to hear it, the recording of the live should be out soon once Lawrence has it and puts it up, or they have it, they put it up. Um, it's a great one to listen to. Um, but I want to get into the idea of like not just having your communities think that they're safe or feel safe, but know it. Like know that they are safe with you and know that they're safe to be themselves. And I know this is a space where everyone is safe to be themselves, unless you're a fuckhead and then you deserve to get booted and banned. And I'm happy to do that. So don't be a fuckhead. Um, but if you're here to learn and you're actually here to gain info, um, like that's what I want. I want you all here to learn and so that we can spread this and make our communities know that they're safe. And I'll monologue just for a little bit more on this because this is a male issue and not a woman's issue. This is a men's issue that we have to confront, especially men that look like me. And I'll say it over and over, over and over every single fucking day. You look like me. You sound kind of like me. Maybe you're a veteran. Maybe you're not. I'm a veteran. I'm for protecting people. I'm for protecting those that I love and the people around me. And protecting means listening to them, believing them, and then showing them that you are there to do it. Actions speak louder than words. Use your actions now. Like I'm using this platform as part of an action for me to confront it because it's a men's issue and men need to fucking stand up and do some shit. So be a man. Fucking protect those you love. Believe them. Listen to them. Good morning, Wendy. How are you today?
I'm I'm good, Nick. Thank you.
Good.
Um, very good. I'll reserve any monologuing for an actual question.
No, I'm happy to have unquestioned monologues too. I'm just glad that you're here. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Thanks for coming in. I love having everyone here. So let's just get into some of the stuff. Protecting um, our communities and showing people and letting people know for real that they are safe. As a woman, Wendy,
So,
how can men, and I'm asking this question so that I can then respond to it in a way that's constructive or help show men how to respond to that. because
that
I probably know the answer. How can men help, Wendy? As a
yeah.
woman, what can I do to help you and show you that I care?
So there's two specific narrative directives that a person can do. Creating a safe space, especially for different gendered persons and women and minorities. Um, Non-negotiable boundaries. Boundaries are a thing. We have to accept that. Um, like don't dead name people and don't misgender people and don't make catty women comments. Don't tell the joke about a woman belonging in the kitchen and that kind of bullshit. Like misogyny, clear misogyny. No. So boundaries around misogyny and transphobia and homophobia and xenophobia don't have any of that talk. But then inclusive, natural, and consistent language. Yeah, Morgan, I those jokes were funny when I was a teenager. They are not funny now. Blonde
Yeah.
jokes are those are bullshit. But so how do we inclusive language? How do we do that? When people ask for my pronouns, hey, what are your pronouns? Just so I'm aware. Oh, I'm a she, her. You know, thank you for asking. Create physical and verbal cues that signal acceptance. You know, wear your T-shirt that says "equal rights for women" around people that you want to be aware that you have that sensitivity. Um, Defeating the patriarchal crap is that's how easy that is. Um, and then just listen to people. I mean, people will tell you their experiences if they think that you're willing to listen to their experiences and understand them. Um, that's a, and then create space for different comfort levels. Some people want to be vocal and scream and yell, and others want to navigate through the community quietly and don't pressure anybody or share more than you're willing to share with somebody, especially if the person is sensitive. But that requires an intuitive social reaction, and I think those things are important. So that's my take.
No, I think that's fantastic. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you for sharing that because, and I didn't want to jump in anywhere because I wanted you to have the time to make sure you got the full message across and I wasn't interpreting it in any wrong ways while you were saying it. Because there are some times I wanted to come in and be like, oh, I know exactly what you mean there. Um, it's important to soapbox sometimes, and it's also important to hear to listen. This is something that I use a lot with my son is hear to listen and sorry, you hear to learn, not just to listen. Because when you hear to listen, you're only trying to respond and you only have a response in mind that you've probably already thought of. Um, but if you hear to learn, and you actually want to ingest the information and grow from it, that's when questions become intentfully good, even if they come across poorly in the start. Because we've talked about this a little bit, Wendy, is like sometimes people come in and ask a question that seems really inappropriate. Um, but they're doing it from a place of non understanding and they don't know even where to start. So the question isn't malicious because they actually want to learn. And if the next time they ask a question, they come at it from a new perspective or a new way that isn't maybe so harmful, that is more understanding because they listen to learn and not just to respond to you, they listen to learn from you. That's when you know you have someone. Like it takes a lot of for a lot of people, it's going to take a lot of effort to unlearn these things, um, because these are these are things that have been ingrained into our society for generations in a lot of times, in a lot of ways. So, um, take the example, like the child grooming example that's going on right now in our big society with the Epstein stuff. You take micro examples of that though, in terms of come sit on the creepy uncle's lap or go give grandpa a hug, even though he's a little bit handsy sometimes. Like
Ew,
it's
God, that's so
okay.
gross.
It's okay as a man to look at your, say, brother or your brother-in-law or your dad or your son or your grandfather and go, no, one, don't fucking touch my kid that way, especially if it's your kid. Set boundaries. Wendy said it right, set boundaries. And if people break those boundaries, tell them. Don't let it go by silently unsaid. If someone comes up to you and says something that you know is wrong, tell them. What they felt comfortable enough to tell you that they felt like either you weren't worth being a person or that this racist slur was worth saying or whatever shit that they wanted to tell you. Feel comfortable to tell them that they're wrong too. Like set that boundary and live the boundary. I haven't always done that. And that's why I'm on here doing what I'm doing right now, because I haven't always been a good ally to my friends and a good protector of those that I care about. And I'm trying to fix that by coming onto platforms like this and saying it over and over again is that you need, just like Wendy said, you need to set boundaries and you need to live those boundaries and you need to respond to people when they break them. Um, what do you think on that, Wendy?
So I creating an ally to a community means going into uncomfortable spaces. Um, and you put yourself in a space between harm and the person being targeted. And so one of the big things is a person who has experienced visceral transphobia. Because I have people walk up to me all the time and say, you know, you'll never be a woman, and you know that you're just a guy in a dress, and you know that you're this and you're that or the other. And, you know, allyship is the person that gets between me and that person and says, hey, that language isn't right. You shouldn't speak to her that way. And you should show her respect.
Women do it all the
So,
time incredibly well for each other.
yeah, well, women do it for other women notoriously well.
Yeah. Why can't we do that?
Yes.
I hear women do it all the time. Like it's even as simple as women going, yes, queen, or to a gay dude, propping him up, or women doing it to others to be like, yeah, you're fucking awesome. When was the last time you heard a dude go, yeah, yeah, king, go fucking show your stuff. Go strut yourself, man. You're fucking handsome as shit. You're killing it. I mean,
I really,
I have friends who've said that. My wife says it to me all the time. I have friends who say that because I've built friends and I've built a community of friends that do that for each other.
here's
And
the
that's
thing
what you
though.
should do.
Well, fragile masculinity, especially in certain subcultures, make that impossible for one guy
Oh, absolutely.
to, you know, like the minute one guy says, hey, you really played that hard, man, and it was awesome. You should keep doing that because fragile masculinity creates the narrative that if you do that, it's gay and you shouldn't do it. And it's like,
And you're
that's
weak.
bullshit. Yeah, weak.
Yep.
Yeah, weak.
You're low T, you're whatever bullshit they want to say. Um, like,
No.
yeah, no, I get it because I've lived it. Like it is very hard. It is very hard. And it's very hard to say that to other men because we are taught, oh yeah, yeah, yep, it's that simp soy boy stuff.
Sip soy boy.
Go soak your beans elsewhere, Aaron. Go soak those beans elsewhere. I have that video ready and cut. I think it may have come out at this point. But there were some good takes last night with Wendy, Aaron, and I talking about, because I was defending our friend Dana, um, her post that she put out from a dude who was being misogynistic as fuck, and I called him out on the internet. It's easy to do that. Be a keyboard warrior, dude. Guys, come on. Fucking show some balls. Stop being a testicle. Just don't be so weak. Go be a vagina. They push out babies. What do testicles do? They get crushed. Like, come on, dudes. Like, buck up. Like y'all talk about being masculine, manly men, but you can't fucking protect the people around you because what? Your privilege will get hurt? No, the fuck it won't. It's not a pie. It's a bubble. It's a never-ending balloon that gets filled up as we continue to fucking add equity and equality. It's not a fucking pie that you lose your rights because other people gain them. Ah. All right. Monologued on that. I love it. Okay, Wendy. Um, we've so protecting is part of protecting is being active in that protection and active in caring. Um, what spaces do you think? And actually, yeah, I'm going to continue this question before I go back, and no, I'll just say, I hope I don't offend any of the women in this crowd. And this is not an insult to any women. This is an insult to men. Is I find, Wendy, that you transitioning from a man to become who you are as a woman is braver than anything I could ever do, because you went from being a straight looking white dude and giving up all of that privilege willingly, knowing that you're going to be who you are, even though you lose rights and privilege. And that's a sacrifice you made because it's who you are. And I want to tell you, I think that took a lot of courage, or takes a lot of courage. And for anyone who's in the process of doing that, or or knows that they aren't who they truly are in their current form, I'm okay with that because it's who you are. It's brave to do it. It's brave to be who you are in a time when society tells you that you need to be someone else. Don't be the fake shit. Be yourself. If you need to come out to someone or you haven't talked about it, I know I'm a white, burly looking dude, kind of chubby dad bod guy. Like, I'm a safe place. I'd rather you talk to someone like me or Wendy who's gone through it and I haven't. But I'd rather you talk to somebody who cares and shows you respect and is willing to know that and let you know that we're there for you. Um, so, Wendy, I think it was really brave what you did. Um, and I hope and have done and are continuing to do, because you are who you are now. Um, and you've let yourself be who you are. And I think that's really brave. And I think we need more people to do that, even if that bravery is not transitioning from one gender to who you know you are. Even if that bravery is just standing up and telling a dude who's right next to you, who might happen to be your brother, going, "Hey, I don't like that. That's bullshit. That's racist." Or, "Hey, I don't like that. That's my daughter you're talking about." Or, "That's your wife you're talking about." Or, "That's your mom you're talking about." Say it.
I
Use
think
a
that,
little bit of that bravery that we can see from our friends and magnify it where it's needed.
yeah, that's all about creating physical safety. You know, as a trans woman, this was a thing. I had my small group of people, and so we would go out into public, and if somebody said something, usually, here's the funny thing: the female to male transitioning persons would be the ones that would stand up because they were going into manhood or whatever. And so, like, somebody would say something, and my FTM friend Aiden would jump up and go, "Hey, shut the fuck up and leave her the fuck alone." um,
Yeah, it's like that dude who can, just like the guy who confronted, what was it, Charlie Kirk? No, Ben Shapiro before the election, and it came out he had transitioned, and he was more of a man than that asshole ever
yeah,
could be. Just
yeah,
the dude even looked more manly than fucking Ben Shapiro does. Like he was like, "Hey, bro," he came up with the fucking chair and everything, and I was like, "Fuck, that's a
right.
fucking bro move."
So, and then like early in my transition, in the same capacity, um, like Aiden, like I'd get up, go to the bathroom, and Aiden would be like, "Hey, Wendy, do you want me to walk into the bathroom with you? You're still early." I'm like, "Yeah, I would appreciate that. I'll walk in with you. Nobody will give you any shit." And so, but more to the point about losing male privilege, there's grief involved there. I was literally at a suicidal point in my life that if I did not change, I was going to unalive myself. Um, but you know, losing male privilege to transition is hard. Um, you watch people that you were friends with disappear completely out of your life. You don't have the right to walk up to somebody and say something that you would have under a masculine assumption, and uh, you feel vulnerable in places that you felt safe at one time. And that loss is hard amidst celebrating that becoming, uh, you know, the celebrate the becoming, and I hate to use this term, but inspiration porn. Um, some people, oh my God, you know what? You're really attractive. You're beautiful. You're well put together. I'm sorry, that's inspiration porn. There's no other way to describe it. I don't know why Aaron isn't making a comment about this, but then too, I unified in that, and so here's my issue as a trans woman. I want women to be safe in spaces as much as I want to be safe. And so this whole narrative about which bathroom do I use, and do I do I want people to, you know excuse me.
I don't know what word to use
Oh my God,
anymore
again. There's probably one
for
more. Okay. Anyway,
I
I'm
don't know what
sorry.
to word. I don't know what word to use for people sneezing anymore because I don't want to say bless you because I don't
Oh,
really
good
want to
night.
bless you.
Oh,
Um,
uh, when I was a kid, um, my grandmother would say scat, and I that was like, I know it was weird. It was funny, but anyway, so I when people have this discussion about um, you know, which bathroom I use and why, I'm like, I want women to feel as safe as I do going into a bathroom. To be honest with you, in certain social spaces, like if I walk into a Walmart, I invariably will not use the bathroom in a Walmart because if I walk into the women's bathroom at Walmart, the social level of people that go into Walmart, those are the people that are going to send a guy to the bathroom and say, "The fuck are you doing in here?" I'm
yeah.
using so fighting for inclusion of women's spaces and in women's spaces is important. And so you have to become an advocate for that. And so, and then outside of that, encouraging people to, um, encourage people's dreams by creating practical pathways and, you know, connect them with people socially that can further you know, the protection of women isn't any different. Bringing women into those spaces and
Hmm.
tell them, hey, this is a safe space. You can say whatever the fuck you want here, and you won't be judged, and you won't be looked down on, and you won't be treated negatively.
Yeah. And that's, again goes back to there was something I wanted to. Oh, I want to go back into something that you talked about earlier into this before we go into anything else. Is the we you were talking about the suicidal ideations, and I don't want to go into either like ideations that either of us have had, like because I've gone through it before too. I do want to go into though the idea of believing people because that's part of creating a safe space and it's part of showing how you can be a safe person is belief. Um, and I put a video out last week or whatever the other day from our conversation um about my the start of my VA experience. And you and I are going to go into a much deeper conversation on that. And I want to bring like Kat on or someone to help guide through some of that discussion too at some point. Um, but I had a friend who I deployed with comment on it, saying basically, if this happened, you should have contacted your congressperson. And my response to him was, if this happened, I fucking lived with this. Like my kids lived with it because one of them still asked me about it and if I'm okay. And the idea of believing someone is an act of safe space. He didn't have to post that. I would have thought more of him, even though the responses I've gotten on some of the videos have been pretty shitty from this guy. Still would have thought more of that person had he never commented that because I don't give a shit what he has to say ever again anymore. He didn't believe me. He didn't believe that I had that experience happen to me and that I have been on the brink and that my children had to fucking hear it. He questioned my experience, and I know exactly what it feels like. It's not the first time somebody's ever questioned that type of experience in my life before, and it's not going to be the last. And so the idea of belief is you should fucking believe people because you've probably gone through it yourself and you're just in denial. And this dude was a fucking asshole because he said it. And I responded, and his response was, "Oh, you shouldn't have to get so mad." I was like, "Well, then don't come into my space and tell me that you don't believe me." So if somebody comes into your space or your friends or your community spaces, take the Epstein shit. I don't need the files. Why? Because I believe the women and those who were girls at the time that it happened to. I want the files because it exposes those who did it. I don't want the files to know more about those girls. I know enough because I've listened to their stories. I want those files because I want those men and the women who were also involved with it because Ghislaine Maxwell is not an innocent. Jeffrey Epstein is not an innocent. None of these people are innocents. They hurt girls, and I believe those girls. I believe those women who were abused. I didn't fucking get believed because some dude who I went on a deployment with was like, "Yeah, no, you didn't have that happen to you." The fuck I did, asshole. Believe people. Wendy,
Um,
I gotta calm down for a second. My blood pressure's getting up.
no, no, I understand. Here's the thing about believing people. Believing people is the foundation that makes safety possible. And people, I don't think understand this. It's the difference between performing as as a supportive person versus embodying it. And so when someone shares their experience of discrimination or harassment or identity struggles, or they've been assaulted, or they've, the, your first instinct, the human instinct is to trust but verify.
Yeah,
Trust,
verify isn't doubt. I just want to put
right.
that in. Sorry to interrupt you, Wendy, but verification is not doubt. It's belief with added proof,
Yes. And so, but not skepticism,
but
you
not
know.
skepticism. It's because I believe you and I want to make sure that when I say something afterwards and defend you, I also have as much truth as I have and can behind me so that I know that I can shut this idiot down.
Yes. You don't demand proof of a person's pain. You
No,
don't play the devil's advocate. You don't look at
devil's
the person
advocate's
and
an
go,
asshole.
how were you dressed? How were you acting? Did you
Hmm.
invite that attention?
You
And
never
people,
invite that type of
you
attention.
know, you don't minimize the reality with shit like maybe they didn't mean it the way you thought they meant it. And then as a result, your doubt becomes another injury that that person has to rectify. Believing means accepting the expertise of a person to communicate their own experience. As a trans woman, I know transphobia. I can talk about transphobia every day. Um, as a woman experiencing misogyny, they experience that every day. Um, you know, your role isn't to verify the truth so much as it is to just understand that it affects them, and
Yeah,
then you
and
can action
yeah,
on it.
yeah, and I want to make sure that I was like verify, just like Wendy said, verify. I'm not questioning you. I'm not questioning that you are giving me this information because if I'm going to question you, are you ever going to come back to me with it? Are you ever going to tell me something again? Are you ever going to trust me again if I question you on something so simple as, hey, this happened to me and I need to tell someone?
Yes,
Okay, then tell me.
yes,
Because
yes,
if that
exactly.
happened, what am I going to verify? I'm going to verify that this grief can never get back to you. The verification isn't, I don't believe you or I want to verify your story. It's, I'm going to verify by changing his actions, by not letting it happen again and see what happens then. Because abusers are going to get worse. People who groom get worse. They're going to try other things. I never have to ask you about your story. I never want to ask you because verification doesn't mean I need you to live it again. I don't want to make you live the pain again. I'm not questioning your pain. I'm questioning who that other person really is now. I'm verifying that they're not worse than what has been reported. Because if they
Right.
are, then it really needs to be said. Like, I know I'm not hunting for evidence to prove that they did things wrong. You say it once, okay, I'm not going to let you be in that situation again. Put your foot down. You don't make people relive their story and have to tell it over and over again. It's not the victim. Stop blaming the victim. You weren't there by yourself, say, especially kids, especially children. You weren't there by yourself with grandpa or grandma or uncle or aunt, whoever it may be, bruh. Um, whoever it may be. You're not there with them to get hurt. It's not about what you're wearing. It's not about you. It's all about them. It's control and power that they want over you. And I want to make sure that they don't ever get that again. And that's what we should all be doing. We should all be fighting these symptoms of these ingrained misogynistic and patriarchal systems. Um, it's the whole, it's belief is so important. Belief is just so important in all of this because that's how we build this community larger is we believe in each other and we believe that we're all worth fighting for and we're all worth something. And your value isn't intrinsic on your work or anything. It's just that you exist and snuffing that value out is what predators do. Um, And I don't want that. I've got kids. I've got a daughter who I cannot allow to be hurt in that way. Not because I don't think she can defend herself or protect herself. She sure as fuck can. And I know she can because we teach her to. And we don't, and we do exactly what Dana is talking about. We teach her to love who she is in her body and be accepting of who she is, and that she needs to be conscious of the shitty people that are out there to protect herself. But it's not her job to stop other people from being predators. It's her job to be herself,
Yes, exactly.
and I'll be there to stop people when I need to from getting a little too close or too handsy or too whatever. So teach your kids, like if you're a dad, teach your daughter to say no. And when she does, respect it. Something as simple as your daughter doesn't want a hug and she says no, be like, okay, cool. That's fine. We don't need a hug. If they don't want to give you a kiss, don't give them a kiss.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that, guys. Like I do it with my kids all the time is if they don't want the physical touch, they don't need it because it's their body, their choice. Not my body, not my choice. I don't get to make the choice. If you feel uncomfortable around someone, tell us because we won't let you be around them anymore.
Right.
Or if you are around them, we'll make sure it's in a supervised setting that maybe isn't obvious to that person, but is to your child or your niece or nephew or your cousins, whatever, whoever. Make your community as large as you can fit and as large as you can protect. Um, yeah, Morgan is exactly right. Physical sovereignty is you have the right to your own body at all times. Um, and so I think I, I think the biggest thing, at least for me, that we've talked about today has been this idea of showing, not telling. And that we're in a time of show that you are who you said you were and live it. Live who you are. Be be a radical male feminist. Don't give a shit what those fucking soy boy hillbilly rednecks have to say. They'll go soak their beans elsewhere and they'll be miserable on their own. Go be radical feminist. I don't give a shit if they tell you, "Oh, if women don't like it, they'll talk about you behind your back." Are you a woman? Are you talking to them? Are they talking to you? I fucking doubt it. I bet you I've had more intimate conversations with women than some of these people ever have. Because I don't go out of that conversation and then fucking spew it everywhere. I don't make them feel unsafe. I give people a place to come talk to because I want someone to talk to. It's as simple as that. Do unto others as you want done unto yourself, right? We're a Christian nation. That's what they keep preaching. We're not, but they want to say we are. So, the golden rule is a pretty Christian Judeo-Christian value. Fucking live it, Christians.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
um, so I don't no, we still got a little bit of time. We've only been on for about 45. Let's see. I haven't done this before. Is anyone in the chat that is free? Did we ever get Cat or
No, I don't think we ever got.
no?
No.
Oh, that sucks. Is anyone in the chat we know who might want to come on for the last couple minutes who might have something to say about this? I know
Oh
Aaron.
well, Aaron. You could always ask Aaron. She'll just
Aaron?
talk bad. She'll just talk bad about me.
No, that's fine. I like when Aaron talks shit. Aaron, I'm gonna try, even if you're at work. I hope you can.
Well, if
Because I
not,
like
then
if not, that's okay, because we can always we can always just close it out with what we always do is a note to the community on how we stick together. And I think we've talked a lot about it. But
Oh, then you should try Eileen.
oh,
Yeah,
Eileen.
Eileen's good. Eileen's good people.
Okay.
Yeah, Eileen's good people.
Let me see. Can I just can I hit their name? Ooh, invite to
Yeah.
join.
Oh
There
yeah.
you
Of course
are.
you can.
That makes it so easy.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm
Oh,
getting
you're
ready
so
for
excited.
work.
Oh,
I'm in
Oh,
my,
you're getting ready for work. Oh, that's
oh, we got
funny.
her in a
Wait,
compromising position.
do you have your little stewardess's outfit on? I
I'm
want.
getting it on right now.
Okay, put the phone down because I totally want to see that.
Okay, hold on
Oh,
a second. Okay,
I'm
wait a
so glad
minute.
I pulled someone in. I don't know. This is awesome. Hi, I'm Nick. Good to meet
Hi,
you.
Nick. Oh,
I love
yeah.
meeting people in the most un. It's hey, who hasn't met a new friend in a changing room situation?
Okay, here we go. Here it is. I'm putting it on.
Oh wow. Oh my
Oh,
God.
we're getting a show. Did we? We didn't subscribe to OnlyFans
OnlyFans.
today.
Woohoo!
No, not even.
See, this is how you make community.
Oh, oh my God. Okay, you.
Well,
I
Oh,
well, yeah. I mean, now you know who I work for if you know what our uniforms look like, but I'm not
well, yes, I
representing
know
my
what you.
company.
Yes, I
Yes.
know. I you look like a stewardess. You know what?
Yeah, look at I know. I'm not like laying back on my couch with a pillow and no makeup and yeah. And then my eye is better from my cat scratching it. That's where
oh,
it's better now.
I think Eileen has been my stewardess before.
Oh, maybe. Well, when we our company bought AirTran and so we fly through Atlanta
Yeah, I think
now.
you've been my stewardess before, for
I
sure.
have one of those faces. I look like I people think they've seen me before or something. I don't know. I have a mix of
I'm gonna have to fly through Atlanta more now.
English, Irish, Italian, French, Dutch, Scottish. I mean, I don't know. I'm a Heinz 57. All right. I think I'm ready. I think I need to get out of the room though in like 10 minutes to
Well, that's
get
perfect. We only got about 10 minutes.
All right. Okay. Well, I've been enjoying listening in.
Good.
Uh
Do you have anything you want to weigh in on our conversation? I know we just pulled you in a little bit, but
right,
I'd love to
right.
get some community feedback.
Yeah, well, and I follow an activist, Jessica Craven, Chop Wood Carry
Mhm.
Water, and I made phone calls to Mike Johnson's. I called all his local offices in um, Mississippi and left messages like release those
Louisiana.
files and I'm sorry, Louisiana. Yes, Louisiana.
Let's get
Yeah.
this. We'll get Moses Mike right because he's a fucking prick.
Yeah, and so I feel just so powerless and I keep just doing all these things and calling my senators and representatives when I can because she gives call scripts. It's kind of like a 5 calls thing, but this Epstein thing. Oh, Norm Eisen was calling it the Trump Epstein files.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
started doing the Trumpstein files for a bit, but
Yeah,
I'm I'm Jewish, and I was like, I really don't want to make it like
Steen. Yeah, like
somehow anti-Semitic
yeah,
available for them
messing.
because no, we get enough of that anyway. But it's definitely the Trump files.
Right.
That's sure shit now what's going on because Epstein's dead, but Trump's covering it up, and he seems to be all over it.
Yeah, and do you think Ghislaine is gonna get off? I mean, oh my God, they want.
I
I well, here's
Yeah,
the thing. I
maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but I think it's gonna backfire on her. Or not, I think it's gonna
On.
backfire on Trump. I
Yeah.
don't think that Ghislaine is gonna come out of jail and then suddenly throw her feet at Donald Trump and say, "I'm gonna defend you." I think it's gonna be bad for her.
And
I
I love how
imagine
I don't know how to pronounce her name, and I love how you strongly dislike the French Wendy. Is Ghislaine, Ghislaine,
Yes, I'm sorry.
Ghislaine,
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna call
well,
her
let's do
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine for now. Ugh, that's a good
Anyway,
one. I feel a visceral sense on that. Um, no, I I
I
think it
steal the
really
toilet paper from
depends.
hotel rooms, by the way.
You
What, you
should
steal the toilet paper?
Yeah, I take the toilet paper.
not just the little bottle. Do they
And
do you,
this
they
is
don't
my
do the bottles of
survivor hot
soap
pot.
anymore?
I heat everything up in this hot pot. All right. Anyway, that's just a. I'm sorry. I go on tangents. I do this,
I
and it's
I
kind of.
No,
I mean
tangents are
I love
great.
your travel bag.
Yeah, yeah.
Eileen in her natural habitat. This is
I know.
great.
I don't know how to switch the camera around. Okay, yeah. This is crazy. Wait, I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Why was
but
so
yeah.
you didn't have a party in your room last night? What's wrong
No,
with
she cleaned up.
No, I only had 11 hours, but it was Taco Tuesday at this hotel. So I scraped up what was left at 1:30 in the morning. The first officer was like, "I'm not eating that. That's been sitting out." And I'm like, "Oh, I have a strong constitution, so I ate it. It was free." Yeah, and then they have like these crew rooms, and if you leave a buck or $2, they sometimes stock them with wine and beer and free chips and whatever. I know. I live a glamorous life. Yeah. Oh, crew room parties or room parties, not just crew room parties. I've got stories about room parties, but anyway, that's for another time. Anyway, but gosh, I feel like I've taken over the conversation and we should be focusing on getting justice for victims. It's like,
No,
you
I
know,
think, but I no, I think it's. I think your question from earlier though is an important one. Is she going to just mysteriously commit suicide? Like,
like the
see,
victim did. That one
yeah,
girl, lady, I don't know her
I
name,
can't remember her name either, but it was not too. It was last year, wasn't it, that she
or April. There was
committed suicide?
yeah,
Um, and I think it really depends on how feisty Todd Blanche wants to be, the deputy attorney general, who's going in to meet with her and offer her whatever they're going to do. Because at minimum, I think if she does not get her sentence or her trial revisited by the Supreme Court, they're going to commute her sentence at
Yes.
minimum.
oh,
She'll, and
Yes.
but it depends, and it all ties into why the Republicans closed down the House of Representatives, is because a bipartisan effort between Ro Khanna, Thomas Massey, and others, like Thomas Massey, is a libertarian, MAGA adjacent asshat. And he is fighting harder than most Democrats are right now to out this. Like,
Yes.
that's scary. But the fact that he and Ro Khanna and others, and a lot in the Democratic, and I'm not going to say Democrats are not fighting. There are a lot who are, but not all of them are. Not all of them are really fighting as hard as they should be. And the House is now on recess because Mike Johnson decided to shut down the entire federal government to protect a pedophile,
Yes.
alleged pedophile,
Alle-
um,
Alleged.
and protect a dead pedophile and a pedophilia and corruption ring. Because the thing that we don't know a lot about, and that's why the files need to come out, is we know a decent amount, at least on the surface level, about the pedophilia because there's been a lot of litigation about it, and that's the reason why all of the victims were awarded most of his island and all of his assets.
oh,
But that's not enough. Those are civil liabilities. There need to be criminal liabilities, and there's something underneath all of this that is really red in ledger, and I wrote it in my poem as ruble red, um, or ruple red, if you want to be more specific, due to a currency type. And it leads back to Russia interfering and invading our country in the way that they said they would, which is when the USSR was failing towards the end of the Cold War, they told us that we cannot conquer America by troops. We will
Nope.
take you over through other ways and infiltration. And they did. They took over our media, they took over churches, they bought pedophiles and bought corruption into our system. Like the first nominee for AG was a credible accused pedophile in Matt Gaetz. Like if we didn't think that set the tone for what was coming, we were dead wrong. Um, like
Agree.
because we now have an accused pedophile being protected by an entire branch of government who handed over metaphorically and physically the gavel of the speaker to the president.
Yes.
And now they've shut down Congress
Yes.
early to avoid this.
Yes.
And the Supreme Court is about to also help in this. So, three branches of government controlled by one party shut the entire US fucking government down to protect pedophiles. If that doesn't outrage you, I don't know what does. As to what
Yeah.
what Eileen, you said, you feel helpless. It's like you call and you write and you send letters and you're doing what Jess is talking about. It is working. It is working because Thomas Massey and Tom Tillis are showing that it's working, that some of them have a moral conscience somewhere underneath all of that hate and all of the brainwashing or money that they've been led into. And they're hearing it from their constituents because they're afraid of going home and being voted out. And that's the only way that we
Yeah.
show these people that they
I
are
hate that I live
powerless.
excuse me. I live in Andy Biggs Congressional District 5, and we're so gerrymandered. I hate it. In
Oh,
Arizona,
I live in Steve Womack's district in Arkansas.
in Arkansas.
And we're gerrymandered as fuck too, because the entire Northwest Arkansas area is the
Yeah.
most progressive area in the state outside of Little Rock. You
And
know, and we're tied to the only other major metropolitan area outside of Little Rock, which is Fort Smith. And that entire area is as red can be.
Yep.
and
Um,
Texas, look what they're trying to do in Texas. I mean, talk about
yep.
gerrymander. It's like the word, it comes from salamander, and the guy, I don't know if he was in the Senate, the Jerry name, I don't know. And then, but like, they're just these weird, someone wrote, it looks like a kaleidoscope drew the map or something, you know?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
all
And
weird.
to be honest, one thing we need to advocate for, and I think this is where it comes into how do we not feel powerless, is we continue to, it's something that I hear all the time from other groups is continue to join the networks that you're following, continue to tune into the lives and things like this, subscribe to us, Wendy and myself,
And I
others who are
still work
great
with,
giving out,
oh, sorry.
and
Yeah,
continue calling, but also continue doing more of the sounding sounding the alarm, not as an alarmist, but with a simple message that's coherent.
yeah,
Because the National Democratic Party isn't going to do it for us. We're going to drive the party
yeah. And
to
we
correct
got to work.
itself.
We got to work with what we've got. I work with my local legislative district Democrats, and I can't stand, like, you know, the mea culpa, second guessing. Oh, the Democrats. Oh, I'm like, we're the only party that cares about the common good, and the average American. Medicare, Medicaid. I mean, I don't. I just all the issues are like Democrats don't have any. I'm like messaging. I don't
And
know. That makes me
and
crazy.
as someone who lives in a red area who doesn't have a Democratic representative, and it's something that Elizabeth Warren said, um, was it doesn't matter if you live in the bluest of blue areas, call your representatives because the
Yeah.
bluest of blue areas feel the safest to not do anything. They
Oh,
feel safe to be mediocre and in the middle and moderate because they're not going to lose their job.
Yeah.
But you know what? if we make them afraid of the voter because we're going to vote them out because somebody say starts running against them soon, like Kat Abigazela, she's challenging a incumbent because she's more progressive and she has better things to say and do, and she's going to kick that
Yeah.
incumbent's ass and do something. And we need people who are going to come out and start doing that. And if you have a political profile in any way, start building it. And if you want, like, if you've ever considered running for something, just call your local party, sign up for the Democratic Party, go to I'll pin it on in the link for this when the live comes out is sign up for a website called runforsomething.net, I think it is, or .org.
Okay.
I'll put it in because it's all that site is all about getting out. It's the Jess Piper mentality of
Right.
Democrats everywhere for every seat in every district in every state. Because if
Right.
you don't have somebody to vote. I can't vote against my interests because I can't vote for somebody in most elections in Arkansas.
Okay.
Give people somebody to vote for. So if you
Eileen,
think,
don't forget anything, please.
yeah, don't
Yeah,
forget
I
all
should
your
probably.
stuff. We're
I'm like,
talking so much.
Right.
I should probably log off and get out the door.
Okay.
The shuttle
Yeah,
leaves at
please.
20 after.
Yeah,
Okay.
please get yourself. We'll end this out here to thank you for coming in. It
All
was
right.
so great to
Thank
talk
you.
with you.
Okay. Take care.
Be
Bye.
safe, Elaine.
Okay. Do you guys?
I'll
There you
drop.
go.
Oh, I'm sorry for cutting you off mid-sentence, Elaine. Um, but go run for something. Sign up, show interest. Even if you don't think you're going to run in the end, sign up and show interest now. Just get interest because you getting interest and you possibly showing interest will help other candidates on the ballot who might be worth something. And that's how we win. You're not going to win all the time, but maybe you win one seat at the school or the school board, and now you have a voice to push back on the Moms for Liberty and MAGA assholes. Oh, Cat joined. Hey, welcome. Stan, we're getting right towards our end. I'm going to pull you in anyway. Cat, I'm going to pull you in. I hope you don't mind. Oh no, darn it, Cat. Um, anyway, um, is fuck. Now I lost my train of thought.
It happens. It's okay, Nick.
Yeah, it'll rerail itself sometime. That train will get back on board by the end of the day. Um, but yeah, run for something or show interest to run for something because um, if there's no one to run, there's no one to vote for. And if there's no one to vote for, people aren't going to come out and vote. And that's
That's
really
right.
what we need. And if you're in a really safe blue district, you guys need to be more vocal than ever before with your representatives. You need to push your reps the hardest you can now. The bluest reps need to get the most phone calls because they're the ones who are going to do something. They're the ones who are going to go on national TV and do what Jasmine Crockett does, or AOC does, or Elizabeth Warren does, or Bernie does. They're going to go on and they're going to say things. They're going to go into right wing spaces and they're going to talk. Call Pete Buttigieg, sign up for his stuff, or Andy Bashir. They're soft spoken, but they're incredibly powerfully worded. Go follow I forget his full name. I think Tallarico. He's a Texas State rep who went on the Joe Rogan show the other day. Follow him. He's the guy who speaks softly and carries a big ass Christian stick and beats the nationalists over the head with it. And that's what they should be doing. He's an ally because he goes out there and he does it every day consistently. So show your friends that you support them. Show your community that you support them by running for something. That right now in a society where the highest rank is citizen and voter. Go take that and go make new voters. Like,
Exactly.
be the change you want to be or want to see, right? Do the do, walk the walk. Um, so like here, like I'm going to be speaking a lot on this, especially on doing the do, and becoming more involved because I, for one, like I said, I'm going to live the action. So I have signed up for the website Run for Something. I have signed up to show interest that I might want to run for something. Do it. Show interest because if you don't, who the fuck else is going to? Like,
Yeah,
seriously,
exactly.
do it, guys. I want to see all of us go out and run for something. Even if you know you can't win, run, take action and do it. So let's, like Kat just said, let's turn this from being sick of this shit into doing this shit. Because the resistance, there is no resistance if you don't actively resist. Like
Exactly.
resisting is a action. Resisting
Exactly.
isn't a passive thing. It's action. Take action. Go to a protest. Sign up to host a rally. Sign up to do whatever. Just go to your local Democratic meeting. If they're not going to push the change, push it for them.
Right. Local. That just goes back to local actions.
Hmm.
You could take local actions, take them.
And with that, I think that's a great way to end today, Wendy, is take action. Go do the thing and go walk the walk. And Kat, I'm going to get you pulled into a live here soon. We've got some stuff I want to talk about with you. Um, and to end the show and to do some self plugs for today, please join me again later today. I'll be going live with Lisa J at 6 p.m. Central Time for a discussion on the Seven Mountain Mandate, um, Reformation, and the new apostolic or apostolic Reformation. I forget how to say that word. Um, and um, I hope everyone tunes in to hear that tonight at 6. And then tomorrow morning, I'll be co-hosting the Daily Whatever with Lawrence. Um, and I hope everyone tunes into that too. So Wendy, any last words before we let the people go?
Nope, I don't.
All right. Go be the best selves you can, everyone. And I'll talk to y'all later. And you grab the chat for me, Wendy, if you could. Thank you, as always.
Oh, yeah.